Um, I would say it this way. It's like whatever day of the week it is, you got a daily huddle, you do that. This was a different builder, so pay attention to the concept, not the specifics here. But it's like um, driving through the subdivision to put out directional signage at main intersections to guide people into the subdivision. You should have signs out at the entrance of your community pointing people in, Sandy, I believe. Have you noticed
That's what I
those?
need to really look because the one realtor I've met with, she's like, I wouldn't have even known this was back here because we're kind of at the back, the model home's at the back of the neighborhood.
Yep, exactly. Um, Okay, one of the things that will change that for you, Sandy, is your Google business profile has been submitted and it should be up. We had to wait for the model home to be finished to be able to get a Google
Mhm.
business map. And so that sort of becomes your big sign on the internet because people will click on driving directions from that and come to you. And then they'll know it's there, but right now they don't know it's there. So we'll go get Google reviews on that location soon. Soon as that gets approved by Google. But usually it takes like a week or so. Um, Anyways, like Ashley knows the benefit of this because people find her from Google.
A
So
lot. But I'm very fortunate though. My location's really kind of awesome.
yeah, you do have a great location.
Yeah.
So, but in the meantime, you should have signs out at the entrance on the main road there, Sandy, which we ordered those a long time ago, and I believe you already have those. That should
Are
be
they open
pointing.
house times?
Yep,
Okay.
yep,
I did see those.
yep. And so that tells people that you're open, right? And then when you get there, like everything that happens in your world, when you get there, turning all the lights on in the model, right? We don't want it to be like dark inside when people come in. What if you had a customer walk in and it's dark? You don't want that, right? Do you have an open sign that says you're open? Did you park in front of the model so that it looks like somebody's there? Don't park down the street, right? These are all the little things that you have to do. I've had salespeople who started and like 3 weeks later, they were telling me, "Yeah, I parked way down the street because I didn't want to block like a customer from parking there." And it's like, well, now nobody knows anybody's there. So you got to make it where they know somebody's here right now. Um, and then, do you have an open sign out front? You should have a neon open sign, I believe, Sandy. Do you have that up?
It's
Yeah.
in the window.
Yep. Ashley, yours is different because you have your giant glass wall, which is
I still have a neon sign though. It's in the
oh,
it's
do
in the
you?
study. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then next step, like after you get there and you kind of made sure the door is unlocked, the open signs on, all those things is like, then you want to jump into your lead tracker, and I would keep it open all day long. And then you want to kind of make sure that all of the homes that are your market homes have updated photos. So you could do a market home photo audit like once a week. Usually I like to do that on the first day of the week. Check your email, see what needs to have action taken to it. If you are not 100% familiar with all of your floor plans and know them forward, backward, and upside down, I would time block a little bit of time to study the floor plans, make sure that you understand all the included features, all the options, price yourself out a home as if you're the customer, price out different floor plans and look at it as if you're the customer. Like I would literally block out an hour of time to do that every day if I were you, Sandy. I feel like Ashley, you know your plans well enough now. You probably don't need to do that anymore, but that's a great exercise because knowing your product is very important.
Mhm.
Your customers will force you to know it as you talk to them, but without a customer who's like pricing out a home with you, just go price it out yourself so that you're prepared before you get to that place where you need to know it, right? Um, and then customer calls using the lead tracker, follow up with anybody that needs to be followed up with, right? And if you don't have that base of customers to work through, then guess who you're going to call?
Realtors.
Yeah, I'm glad nobody said Ghostbusters because that would have been that would have been Ty would have said that, I feel like, yeah. So yeah, you're just gonna dive into like boom, let's get a hold of as many realtors as I can possibly get a hold of right now. By the way, I have two emails I need to pull up for you guys to show you something that I think will be very beneficial to you. Give me 1 second. That was one of them. This one, couple seconds. So yeah, you want to roll through the realtor list and just be calling as many realtors as possible. You're basically what you're doing is you're building a pipeline by doing that. You want to really go after the realtors because realtors are going to be your source to sales when you don't have a ready, willing, and able buyer standing in front of you. Other things that you can do, when a football team goes to football practice, sorry, using sports analogies again, sorry, ladies, but bear with me. When a football team
Ladies
goes,
like sports too.
okay, thank you. When a football team goes to football practice, part of what they spend their time doing is lifting weights. Part of what they spend their time doing is running and practicing the plays, right? So the lifting weights part is like learning your floor plans. It's like making sure your signs are out, making sure the model's clean. That's the weightlifting part, right? It's and then running the plays is like rehearsing doing the slideshow, rehearsing doing the 5 easy steps, right? It's like doing your presentations and going through those to make sure you're good at doing those so that when they come in, you do an excellent job in front of them. Other than running the actual plays is calling the realtors and getting them on the phone and doing the presentations, right? So those are the things we want to spend our time doing. And if we don't go after those things, then we don't, we ultimately end up in a place where we're just like the bullet that didn't have in a rifle and you strike it and there's a lot of energy spent, but it really goes to nothing and it really doesn't hit the target. So does that make sense? So scheduling out when you're going to do these things, I regularly say what gets scheduled gets done, what doesn't get scheduled doesn't get done. So here I have on the schedule, perform a weekly audit. I just lost my screen. Perform a weekly audit on Tuesday for the market homes. Then I could go to this day and it could be slightly different, right? And I could go to this day and it could be slightly different. It doesn't have to be the same every day. I could go to this day and it could be slightly different. I can change each day a little bit, but obviously my Saturdays and Sundays are primarily going to be left for meeting with clients because that's when they're off work. So I probably don't want to schedule a bunch of realtor, one-on-one appointments on Saturday and Sunday. I want to schedule them for, Monday and Thursday, right? The days that are like, it's not going to be a disruption of meeting with a potential customer. Does that make sense? Okay. Questions that you guys have about all the stuff I just talked about? Any questions? Other goals you could send or could set, I would say that you should have at least, if you are not currently meeting with a buyer who's ready to buy and you don't have one that you need to be following up on, then first of all, if you do have one, I would do everything you can to get that nailed down and get that appointment to happen now. That would be my first priority. Second priority would be going after realtors and nailing down so many appointments that my week is completely filled up.